This is part 2 covering nearly 100 airplanes flying in formation to AirVenture.
Commo is the one non-negotiable. If I can't talk to you, we don't launch.
Sierra 1, sound off. Sierra 1. Sierra 2. Okay, please pay attention to the commo check. Last chance, Sierra 3, Cardinal, sound off.
Oh boy, I'm just about to turn this on and look what's starting to populate right there.
Trying to organize the mass departure and beat approaching storms proved to be too much of a challenge.
Okay, Sierra 3, you're not going to fly. If anybody sees him, tell him to shut down. Commo check complete with the exception of Sierra 3. Sierra lead, you'll be flying a flight of 2. Sierra 3, you need to stay here.
Somebody's got fired? Like somebody got told to shut down?
Yeah.
On this trip, I logged my first stick time in a Cessna Cardinal and buzzed Chicago on the way to the mass arrival staging point. We had the full Flight Chops production team on board to capture this one. It was a really big undertaking.
Our commo check is going to sound something like this. On 123.90, that's airboss frequency, and we've been granted permission to use the airboss frequency.
Okay, Cessna flight, this is Cessna lead.
The airplanes are grouped into elements of 3. I'm in number 2 of Hotel Element with Larry. Director James is on board Alpha 2, flying with retired Navy carrier pilot Ray, and we had Brock outside capturing all this insanity with Rodney managing it.
So you will see me standing there with a clipboard, a handheld radio, and a pen.
We're doing a commo check on 123.90.
Unfortunately, we didn't get very far into the alphabet.
Alpha 1.
Alpha 2.
Alpha 3. Bravo 1.
Bravo 2.
Bravo 3.
Charlie 1.
Charlie 2. Charlie 3.
Delta 1.
Delta 2.
And it almost went smoothly.
Delta 3, we're looking for Delta 3. Come on up.
In many ways,
Charlie
this
3,
is
where are
the
you?
most stressful
Charlie
part of
3
the
is
whole
out.
enterprise.
Sure. Once we get going.
Okay, Delta 1, where are you?
Delta 1 is on the parallel taxiway.
Delta 2, are you out?
Delta 2 just waiting for Delta 1 to pass.
Hey, we got somebody with a dead battery. I have a portable battery starter if you need it.
Sarah was the only non-Cessna pilot. She was flying a Super Cub.
Yeah, they said that I can join the Alpha lead with the 150 because I'm about in the same speed category as a Cessna 150, and I hope to have a lot of fun. It's just, the Cessnas are such a great group of people. You guys get the best parking spot. So I'm proud to call myself another participant in the Cessnas to Oshkosh this year.
Delta 3 has got a dead battery. We're trying to get it started.
Oh, you're not flying?
Okay, Delta 3, go ahead and scratch it. We can't stop. Okay, Echo 1, where you at?
We're literally going to be racing
Did
this.
Charlie 2 change?
After almost half an hour getting the airplane sorted out on the taxiway in launch order, and having to remove a couple that didn't pass the commo check, Alpha Group, with James on board filming, finally got to take off. Ray had permission to fly his 182 alongside his nephew flying lead in a 150.
And I managed to convince the powers that be to let me fly wing on him, even though my plane is considerably faster. I could fly it as slow as I needed to.
The coolest thing was taxiing onto the runway and seeing all of those landing lights.
And I had to worry about catching up with him because his plane flies faster. So I had to throttle back, and here we're not 50, 60 feet off the ground. So I wasn't nervous or anything, but I was challenged, and I had to pay attention to what I was doing.
Echo 3, coming.
Coming, mother.
Come on out, Echo 3, come on.
Like herding cats.
Okay, Hotel 2, where you at?
Northwest ramp.
Okay, follow your lead out. Do you know who he is?
Affirmative.
It was almost our turn to take off, but some of the elements ahead were having issues.
Wait a minute, Charlie Group, out of kilter here, are we?
Yeah, Charlie 3, you on the 22 slot, and I'm Charlie 2, and I'm behind you, and I'll slide over.
Okay, Charlie 2 is behind me now, but Charlie, wait a minute, Bravo 2 should be on. Bravo 3. Let Bravo 3 by.
It's never been this screwed
Charlie
up.
1, you need to move up so I can get around you. Bravo 3 is now Bravo 1 strobing.
Oh, the guy's so confusing.
Sorry, Bravo 2 is now Bravo 1.
Yeah.
This is the first time in the 4 years I've done this that this has happened.
Hasn't been smooth?
That there have been people having being kicked out.
Well, I guess it's the most people.
Okay, everybody be aware of the props over here.
Yeah, I've done the formation flying thing with the Cessnas to Oshkosh group, but never outside of that. But they have a training program, and the requirement is that you do this at least once a year, the year that you're making the mass arrival. And then you have to attend the briefing that we're having today. If you miss either of those two things, you can't come.
A lot of these pilots never flew formation, and before you can fly here, you've got to, me included, have to go through training. Before we get here, we have training sessions. So they've got to show that they can fly in formation, and some don't, and they don't come to Cessnas to Oshkosh, in this group anyway.
Well, they've got to get everybody over here before they can get people out on the runway.
So how many planes are up there right now? Like 50?
Ahead of us?
We're in the middle, right?
So we're A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 8 times 3 is only 24.
In a perfect world, wouldn't it make sense to have parked them like this?
Okay, come on out, sir.
And then done our briefing? That's the way I would run it. Park them in order, and then do the briefing.
He found out, because he didn't know until he tried it, that you couldn't get everybody on that taxiway.
Hotel Element was in the early part of the mass formation, and the storm was nearly here.
Delta flight, I need you to hold for an additional 15 seconds. Somehow make Fred understand that.
I was really feeling for Rodney at the time. While I was editing this, Rodney shared his debrief notes with me, and lots of changes have been made for the 2017 mass arrival. I'm going to share those notes in the description, but suffice to say, this episode is about a mission that didn't go perfectly, and it's really going to be about learning from the mistakes.
No more than 5 seconds between aircraft of the same element. Strict adherence to element separation is critical. Critical. You're going to have 13 seconds. You're going to have 19 seconds, 25 seconds between elements. That separation will get you the 2,000 feet that I guaranteed you at Oshkosh.
Part 1 went into great detail about just how much planning went into this.
Yeah, because my very limited experience with Osh is that it's a mass arrival, however you slice it.
Sure.
The question is it organized or not?
Yeah.
So I think what attracted me to this thing is it's going to be a mass arrival, but the difference between that and the public mass arrival where it's like you, me, am I following you?
Exactly. Imagine this. It's Christmas Eve, and they say we're going to open the Walmart doors at 8 o'clock. The doors open and everybody mad rushes in. That's kind of like the normal arrival. Yeah. It's organized, it's safe, but it's got a tinge of chaos. Ours is very structured, very orderly. By virtue of those aspects, it's a little bit safer.
Sure.
Plus, it's a lot of fun flying formation.
But unfortunately, due to several glitches, the element spacing just wasn't quite working out, and the bad weather didn't help either. And again, hats off to Rodney for being willing to share this and debrief so publicly. He's a military guy that clearly just wants to grow and improve. Alpha Group was landing while many were still in the taxi lineup.
How was that for you?
It was awesome. I think some stuff happened behind me, but I guess we'll find out during the debriefing.
All that matters is that we were first and nothing happened in front of us.
Yeah, exactly. And I got here safe, airplane safe.
You saw the Super Cub and a Cessna 150. They'll be flying in together because their performance is similar.
I don't know, man. If we don't get off soon. We're flying away from the bad weather. If it was the other way around, I'd be nervous, but this is...
Me too.
Yeah, once we get off, we'll fly away from this.
Okay, engine run-up checks are complete. We're going to take off with 10 degrees of flaps.
India 1,
and rotate at 60 miles an hour, and then climb out at about 90, probably.
Here's our takeoff in real time with clearly less than radio silence.
Charlie 3, slow up. I'm getting that gust front. Bravo 3, you okay? I'm not climbing yet. I'm at 13 looking for Alpha lead. I'm afraid to climb up under them.
It's now 250.
Doing big S turns. Charlie 3, what's your position?
60.
Just be ready for gusts.
Yep.
I'm ahead of Charlie 1 at 75 knots. Alpha lead, do you? I'm strobing. I'm under the under the Bravo group. You go to 2,000. I'm going to start now. I just found Alpha lead.
That's our lead.
I can see them.
And we're Where's our number 3?
He's behind us. He'll be catching up.
He should be getting beside.
Yeah, okay. They're too low. Fox 1, slow it back. Bravo 3, do you see your lead? I am beneath you, more than likely.
Oh, guys, can't lose sight of each other.
Come on, Dave, pick it up.
So clearly some pilots were struggling, but we were doing okay.
The type of formation flying experience that I've got, which is limited, is like really super tight formation flying with some WarBird stuff. So this is going to be different. This is going to be loose formation where they're tight in terms of what most people's general aviation experience is with formation flying. But really what this is going to be about is staying within close proximity so you can see each other, but it's not like crazy close.
And based on the footage James was getting with Alpha Element, they were doing well too.
I like flying in formation. It kind of gives you that sense of unity, that sense of freedom that you don't get just flying around. It kind of brings the whole big sky into a small sky, and to me it's just camaraderie at its finest.
So tell me what it's like to fly formation like that. How does it feel?
When you fly close formation, you don't look inside the cockpit. You're watching the plane that you're flying formation on. And actually, within reason, the closer you fly to a plane, the easier it is because you can detect movement more quickly. So as you saw when you were sitting next to me, my eyes were, every once in a while I'd look quickly back into the cockpit to change radio frequency, but I was mainly focused on the airplane.
Charlie 2, you got to back off. I'm going 80. Back off just a little bit.
So much for radio silence, eh?
Well, they got a dog. Such a dog's breakfast they made out of things up there.
Yeah.
2, Charlie 1 is catching up with you. I'm level 2,000 feet. I don't know where Charlie 3 is. All right, Charlie 2.
Back at Hotel 3, he's a little ways back.
Capacity on your right. Got you in sight. Okay, pick it up, Fox 1. I'm with you. Go ahead and pick it up. Quiet on the frequency.
See over there?
Yep, we got number 3 coming in nice and tight.
This is about as close as we ever get.
Yeah, that's great.
We had a nice tight formation with 3 airplanes flying as they should have, and it was good. There were some issues with elements ahead of us, and we had to adjust our speed a little bit, but it all worked out in the end, and it was really good for us. I mean, it was a fun flight, challenging as formation flying always is, but it worked out really well.
First time I did this, I ended up with a real stiff neck.
Yeah, you just gotta stare at him, right? Oh my gosh, we got another group right there. That's not good.
We do.
I'll worry about that. You worry about lead, okay?
Yep, he's got to maintain separation on those guys. Going outside of them was a good idea. Way to go, Frank.
Yeah.
That's not a half a mile between us, so.
Oh no, we're in one group of 5 here, man. The landing is going to be interesting.
Is that turn already? Stand by.
So we all need to be on 2292?
We're almost at the waypoint, but not
Just
quite.
taxi aircraft.
Those guys probably are.
Airborne aircraft stay 123.9.
Well, the good news for us is we're on the outside of this turn, so that means we'll not overrun anybody.
Sideways.
Need anything, you alright?
Yeah, I just got sweaty hands.
At least the weather's away from us. That's not a problem. Now we just got our own spacing problem that we've created for ourselves.
The Blue Angels, we are not.
Seems like everyone's innately working it out though, eh? Our guy is doing a good job slowly backing off. Those guys also space themselves a little better ahead.
Hey, we've got a tight, nice little lead, don't we?
Our group is good.
And just like every year, we've got aircraft trying to get in. I mean, it's going to be hard to hide 90 or 89 aircraft, but you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've got perpendicular traffic that's going to come behind us,
Looks like
but
we're going to log a little IFR time.
he's going to intercept. This is not going to be good. He's coming perpendicular to our entire track.
It was interesting seeing other traffic, other airplanes that were kind of not aware of our formation, that were kind of getting close to us.
Oh yeah, perpendicular. He's going to cut right through behind us and into the next group. You're good, but
somebody not in our formation?
Not in our formation, perpendicular. Going to go right behind us. How could he not see all of these airplanes? Oh, that's not good, man. He's basically going head on now toward the group behind us. I don't know if it's worth warning.
Next one is up.
We decided this justified breaking radio silence.
Is he still a risk to the India group?
Oh yeah.
India, eyes on for traffic on your right.
India 3, got eyes on him, thank you.
Good.
So a big part of formation flying is, yeah, you want to look for the person right next to you, but you also want to look around to make sure that nobody else is kind of coming up on you.
I'm impressed with how this worked. They actually spaced out, eh? You see that? I guess your lead is doing a good job, that lead is doing a good job.
We need to get going.
Oh, there's still people on the ground. Just zoomed up to look at this radar map, and it ain't pretty.
And unfortunately for the rest of the flight, time had run out and the storm was now over Juneau.
We're not launching? I would say don't launch. There's severe wind shear. Do not launch, Jim. Do not launch.
Yeah, I heard a ground stop.
I heard ground stop as well.
Well, what happened was we positioned ourselves. We had 89 aircraft to get ready for a launch, and it takes a while to get that many pieces moving and positioned properly. So we got everybody positioned on the parallel taxiway. We started launching aircraft, and then unfortunately a thunderstorm came in from the west. This isn't a life and death mission. This is a vacation. This is supposed to be fun. So we went ahead and did a ground stop for the rest of the flight, and then what was en route went ahead and finished the trip. So we're going to wait for the weather to clear up, and then we will relaunch.
Look out to our left.
36 is the big runway. That's yours.
Are you about traffic?
Yeah, we're looking for traffic.
We're clear.
I see 5 airplanes ahead of us plus our flight.
I would agree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Juliet flight.
That's the same number that was always there. Yeah. No traffic left. Do you feel like we're too close to him?
Yep.
What can we do? Full flaps? We got to slow
Full
down.
flaps and slow down.
Got no choice.
Kilo 1 is now Juliet 4. I'm in the diamond. Is that what we want?
Left.
That's exactly
Yes, sir. I would recommend that.
Oshkosh.
The traffic behind is a good distance.
Zero Echo Kilo. We're going to have to go around back to Juneau.
What? Okay, number 3 is safe, and the traffic behind you is safe.
I'm going to try to watch where he lands.
Yes, sir. Hopefully he lands right and you can land left.
Yeah.
India 2 had to break off, head back. We're headed back towards Juneau.
So please go easy on these guys in the comments. It was a big group, it was a huge challenge, and it was very cool of them to be willing to share this so unapologetically so we could all learn from it. And again, there's a lot more detail in the description. Please visit flightshops.com to see part 1 and all the other back catalog episodes. And of course, keep your flight chops sharp.
Hey, to Oshkosh. Well, Harry, how you feeling?
Glad to be here.
Tower,
at least half of us did make it.
172, we're about.
There'll be a debrief.
Yes, sir.
All right, cheers to making it. Cheers. We're having our margaritas.
Yeah.
Because that flight was definitely a little hairy.
Don't want to get too looped before the debrief.
So Ray, I was watching you and I could see the concentration.
Yeah.
So I knew you were right in the zone.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. All right.
At least I thought I did.
Hey, why don't you shake my hand?
Not a problem.
That was a great flight.
Good flying with you.
Thanks so much.
I have a long list of things to debrief. We don't have enough time to get into all that stuff. I'll email with Rodney and we'll get it all disseminated and hopefully maybe a couple modifications to our training program. We'll get better along the way and we'll keep having fun. If you bring a thick skin when you do this, you have to. It's the only way to stay friends at the end of the day, and that's what we want to do.
I think it's a pretty safe event. The organizers are very detailed, they're very thorough in the training.
The flight got up there to Oshkosh just fine, and they're having a good time. They've got the whole jug of margaritas themselves, but I feel good. Everybody seems to support the decision that we made. You can hear some thunder in the background, so I'm not questioning that at all.
About 30 of us made it out of the 87 because they cut it off, which was the right call based on that weather getting there. So we'll see what happens if they come tonight or tomorrow in a different group. That's the way it's going to be.
Yep.
They're a great group of people. We have a lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie. We have breakfast every morning, and we get to park near the bathrooms. Can't beat it.
I think it just really came down to, was there an element of get-home-itis to this whole thing? I feel like there was a little bit. We were definitely racing ahead of some weather. We got out ahead of the gust front, but I think we felt it. A few of us definitely felt it on takeoff. It was definitely sketchy to a point. It was safe, but we pushed it as far as I was comfortable. I don't know where you were at with how you're feeling.
I didn't anticipate any issue with a gust front, but we did experience it on takeoff, and it made sense to me that they put a halt to departures later.
You know that the Cessna, our arrival, is different than the others because we fly airplanes that fly different speeds. The Moonies, the Bonanzas, everybody else flies the same speed, so it's a whole lot simpler problem for them to solve.
All right, you got your A game?
Sure. You plan as best you can, but then you deal with the situation you get in the air. You got to do that.
So yeah, was it fun? It was definitely fun, but I don't think I had the fun until afterwards.
And after a couple hours waiting for the storms to pass, the second group launched safely.
You gonna try this again?
We're gonna try it again. Second time's always better. Good times, no worries.